Good evening, folks. Good evening. I know I haven't done a Friday night show in a long time, but boy, there's so much going on that it's hard to keep up. So I put some stuff on Facebook. I got hacked. I finally got back on, but holy cow, man, I'm public enemy number one on these social medias. But it's the truth serum. I'll keep exercising my First Amendment rights until they just shut me right down. So that's how it goes here, Deb. That's how it goes. So anybody else that comes upon this video, you got to hit the follow button or whatever. And there's a Cash App there too, in case we haven't forgot. All them videos I put in there in the trenches trying to get you people some entertainment. What the hell? Well, Mike Franzese. I've said a lot about Mike Franzese in the past, but he did a video pertaining to Nancy Pelosi, the government, and who's worse? Who's worse? Well, the Mafia just did crimes within their own fraternities. These evil Marxists, Illuminatis, globalists that are the puppet masters for your Obamas and Joe Bidens and Kamala Harris, they're worse because they're perpetrating that bull crap on 100, 200 million people. Their policies and moves and everything else could get you into World War III. These knuckleheads. So when you compare the Mafia to the recent Democrat regime, they're worse than the Mafia. That's easy, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. So let's play this Mike Franzese and see what he had to say. Oh, and by the way, Whoopi Goldberg, that winner over there, she went to her little bakery in New York, and the baker machine broke down, right? So the lady told her, "Oh, you can't. The machine broke down. Ba 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 ba." Whoopi Goldberg goes crazy. She goes on The View and she tries to not name the bakery, and this bakery was in Staten Island. She tries to not name the bakery, and it was like, homegirl, who the fuck do you think you are? The Queen of Sheba? It broke down. Oh, I don't think they like me because of my political beliefs. I don't think they like me. You're a fucking rat. You're a piece of shit. The View is crumbling. This bakery in Staten Island, serving the community, all races, all creeds, 146 years bakery. Whoopi Goldberg got mad because she couldn't get her fat ass donuts, and because the machine was down, and she told the people, she cried about it on The View. She cried about it on The View, which their ratings are tanked. They're not going to last long anyways. The writing's on the wall. See, they see the writings on the wall, and they're just trying to get it all in now. They're just trying to get in all the bullshit now. Just like CNN and all them, they're just trying to get it all in. They've been shamed. They've been exposed. Nobody cares to hear about their propaganda media. And the whole community came out. The whole community came out. Fuck Whoopi Goldberg. Fuck Whoopi Goldberg. And Joy Bear. And all of them psychopaths over there. Their day had to come. Their day had to come. They're worse than gangsters. You talk about the politicians. Look at the media that tries to twist the propaganda media. They're worse than the gangsters. Oh, too much coffee. I don't drink, motherfuckers. So let's listen to Mike. Now, Mike, I knew a long time ago in a faraway land, and I said a lot of stuff about Mike Franzese. For social media, for entertainment, for whatever, the Mafia, when you're whatever, you cooperate, blah, 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 whatever. Who cares about that? When Mike Franzese has 3 million subscribers and he puts it down and lets you know what's really going on, forget the mafia and all that old age bullshit. We're living in today. And I put Mike Franzese in high esteem to spit facts about the mafia. Knows how corrupt the government was. I used to see government people come in there to Niagara Falls. The suits come up there. They've been in bed with the mob a long time. Long time. What about Nancy Pelosi's family tree? You think if we had to rate who would be the worst politician against America? She's done so many freaking deals, stock deals before they come out, inside information. How the hell is she worth $1 billion when the senator, Congress, and all that, they don't make that? They're worse than the gangsters. Biggie Small. Biggie Small. So I remember being up at the club. I remember being up there saying, "Yeah, they're worse than us." They would say it because I was just a servant. I was just a servant. But they used to say, "Them they're worse than us." This is the last thing I say before I get to the video. Here's a head scratcher. Niagara Falls, Canada, right? Infiltrated with the mob, the people I knew up there once upon a time, people I knew in New York City, the Colombo family, as well as my godfather who did work. Niagara Falls has the privilege and the miracle to have the seventh wonder of the world, which is the falls. Niagara Falls, the falls. How is the town in ruins? You look around, the American side is the best view of the falls. All kinds of freaking tourists. You know, when you're at Seneca Niagara Casino, and you're up in a high room and you look out the window and you can see the falls, and then you look in the peripheral around the casino, it's just run down. Nothing. It's just run down, desolated. Nothing. No commerce, no nothing, this and that. What kind of crooked politicians are taking envelopes from somebody to, like, for all the tourists they have there, they ruined that rainbow. They ruined the Rainbow Mall. How do you mess that up? Any other city in America could only dream of having one of the wonders of the world in their backyard. So Niagara Falls, wow, what a scum city that is. Scum. But they had a headquarters for the Mafia, the club. Well, the club was nice. They should make that a landmark for tourists. Sam's Place, the club. Yeah, come in and look around. Look around. See, pick up some DNA on the floor. Yeah. Let's check Mike Franzese out. What's up, Joey B? Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, another rodent. All these dinosaur evil Democrats. Well, when you talk about these thieves, you got to include Obama. You know, Obama. All right, let's check out.
And in that moment, Nancy Pelosi revealed who she really is. A ruthless, conniving, mercilessly disloyal female version of Marcus Brutus. You got to give her credit. The woman is slick. She's as slick as any mobster I
knew. He's talking about Marcus Brutus and everything because, remember, what did he say? A2 Brute. Oh, you stabbed me in the back. She don't care who she stabs in the back. When Obama and those elite globalists tell you, get out, get out. Sleepy Joe. What about when President-elect Trump met with Joe Biden? Joe Biden was happy as hell. Joe Biden had some pep in his step. He was like, "Hell yeah, good work, Donald. They threw me out of the election. Good work, Donald. Yeah, he was no. He come right up, shook his hand. Hey, come on, let's have coffee. Blah 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 blah." Joe Biden and Donald Trump, who motherfucked each other the whole time along, they're sitting there having coffee, and Joe Biden is chipper and frisky and happy and everything else, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm glad you tortured Kamala. I'm glad you tortured her. Good going, the Don, Donald Trump, the Don." Now, Mike Franzese, Colombo family back in the day. You guys all are aware of Mike Franzese and everything. And, I just got crazy when he started talking about stories where they're little, I don't want to be a little bitch and go over that bullshit all over again and all that. It's a new day, because these are the things that affect the world. And number one, social media channels did so good. People watch more social media content than that network propaganda bullshit like CNN. They're not even on the list anymore. ABC, The View. Content creators on social media got 100 million more views, than propaganda media. Propaganda media. Here's another one. We're going to get to this, but while we're on the subject, the LA Times, that Dr. Xu Ping Ching, whatever his name is, bought the LA Times. All they've been doing is propaganda bullshit for 8 years. For 8 years against Donald Trump. 8 years. Usually papers have an editorial in the back, so you can just put, mixed views and things like that in there for the editorial. What they were doing with their mixed views was putting it on the front page like it was facts. Facts. It was all lies, 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 lies. Well, I wonder why the circulation went from 1.5 million to an anemic 200,000 in circulation. People had enough. That's in California, the LA Times. And they're starting to swing more to the middle. They fired all the editors. Get rid of them. All those editors. Donald Trump this, Donald Trump that. Front page, front page, front page. When you run a newspaper, you deliver the news. You report the news, not for any political bullshit and all this, because you're in line with political apparatus. You're tanking. So that's why you switched, Dr. Xu Ping Xu, because you didn't have a pulse. Just like the Washington Post, the New York, they don't have a pulse. And if they don't get donations from those globalists, those globalists that love to read that stuff, those evil illuminists, if they don't get those donations, to pay the staff and everything, then they can't operate with a profit. So that was the LA Times. So, everything they did against it, well, it didn't work. Let's listen to Mike Franzese here. Go get yourself. What's up, Mr. Anderson? Big, small, Debbie. You know how I do it. They can censor me all they want. I rock and roll. It's fun anyways. So, Mike Franzese, my hat's off to Mike Franzese. I talked much shit about Mike Franzese because, I didn't like him telling some fibs about some things because some people are still alive and I was there. Little old me with my 12 views. Well, I was there, Herb. Well, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. But thank you, Jesus. And, well, you know how I do it, folks. Thank you, Jesus. And that isn't that precious. I know people don't like to look at family pictures, but that is the most precious picture. That is just the most precious picture, okay? I know I'm biased, but yeah. Thank you, Mrs. Monty. You speak all the truth. All right. I try to spit some facts over here. Nothing up my hand, nothing in my hands, nothing up my sleeves. You know, we get it done here. See, I caught a bad break getting censored on here after 400 videos, and now I can't get subs. I don't have the ability to get subs, but at least I'm alive. I got lucky when it counted. Divine intervention many times, then life support for a year. So when it was time to be blessed, I caught the angels. So I get aggravated about how I've been censored and all this. But Mama used to say, "Stick up for yourself. Stick up for yourself, Jojo. Good, stick up for yourself." Well, I am, Mama. So let's check out good old Mike here, and his view on the government evil demon politicians like Pelosi, Schumer, Obama, Kamala, Biden, and how they fare up against the gangsters. Oh, come on, Mike. You ain't that cool, buddy.
Welcome to another sit down with Michael Franzese. Hope everybody is doing well. All is very good. Very blessed on this end. As always, I give all the praise, honor, glory, and thanksgiving to my God for that. Just got back from Mobile, Alabama. I did a church service at a church called Surge. Just had a great time there. The pastor Brad was wonderful. All the people were wonderful. Just got back from that. And I'll be heading to Houston, then Vegas this week. And then next week, I'm going to Europe again.
Come on, Mike.
With the Tates again. We have a lot to discuss. And by the way, you know what? Andrew Tate and Kristen Tate, for the past week, ever since that debacle at the Olympics where they made fun of, they disgraced the Last Supper and Jesus Christ, they've been out there speaking out against that. They really have been. And they've been telling...
Then they wonder why they lost the election in a landslide bloodbath. This shit. This kind of woke rainbow fag queered out shit. Mocking the Last Supper? They're going, geez, how did we lose the election? I don't know. Well, I just check out my videos, the autopsy, my videos about the autopsy, 2024 election autopsy. Geez, what happened? I don't know. He said it. They said it. I don't know. They said it. I don't know. Yeah. Fucking retards. Forgive me, God. Why do I sin like that?
People, how can you let something like this go? Now, Andrew, in the last couple of years became a Muslim. Tristan is still a Christian, but they were so offended, both of them, about that debacle, like I was, and many Christians were, in the opening ceremony of the Olympics, that they're speaking about it. They're outright speaking about it. And, what hits me there is, why aren't more Christians talking about that?
Right.
Why aren't we out in the streets
talking
about it? I've been hitting it up on Rumble and everywhere else.
Yeah,
why? Should be talking about this.
Why? What are you afraid of if you got God and Jesus on your side? I sacrificed my YouTube channel. To speak out. Everybody sits home. Oh, that's so bad. And nobody does. They just sit there and twiddle their thumbs. But they didn't twiddle their thumbs when it came to election day. Thank you, good people. They weren't twiddling their thumbs. I walked 6 miles to go vote for Trump.
It's a disgrace, and they're doing it peacefully, and we should be doing it peacefully also. But we should make it known that we don't stand for this. You don't, mock Jesus and mock the Last Supper and get away with something like this. So you know what? I applaud Andrew and Tristan for doing that. And, all you people that sometimes look at some of the controversial things they say on social media, I don't know why you're not applauding them for this, because they should be applauded for it. They're standing up. And like I said, Andrew is a Muslim right now. Hopefully soon to be Christian again. We don't know, but I've been talking to him about it. But at least he has the courage and the strength, and it was offended enough by what he saw to get out there and talk about it. The same with Tristan. We're going to talk about when I get with them next week for sure, and a lot of the other.
Come on, Mike, let's hear it.
Going on in this world. You know, we might be on the brink of World War III.
Now, Trump's back.
You know what's going on.
Trump's
Iran
back.
is about to attack Israel. Are we going to get drawn into that? We're sending our boats over there now.
Listen, folks, the illegals, they're already turning around at the border. They're already turning around. They're already turning around. The gig is up. The gig is up. Last I heard, Biden and Kamala Harris were the president and vice president. There's still 2 more months. What'd they do? Just go back and crawl in their holes? What? Well, we're not going to get back in office, so who cares about the country? You see how they continue to show their asses? Thank you, Ivan Lore. You see? They're that dedicated. They're Marxist, socialist, evil demons. The gig is up. They lost the House now. It's been confirmed they lost the House. They lost everything, the trifecta. Come on, Mike, get to the juice.
We're sending more military equipment over there now. Who knows what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks? Chaos all over the world. I want to talk to them, get their perspective on it, and we'll see what happens from there. But, you know, today I got an interesting subject to talk about. And, you know, as a lot of people are saying, Michael, we don't have many more mob stories out of you. Well, people, I'm not going to make stories up. I've said so much over the past couple of years, everything that I can
How many, like me, you know, I had a brain injury and then some mob things come back, things, I'll get something in my mind and I'll remember a mob story or something. But I told Robert B., a good consultant, good best friend of mine, I said, he's going to run out of stories unless he starts to make up some. You know, so it's nice to see him do his political views because I'll tell you, the Italian and the mob were very concerned about politics, very concerned and interested in politics. They have children and wives and family just like anybody else that they want to come up in a good city with good officials and all that stuff. You know, they're just not like cartoon characters. Just because you think I'm one doesn't mean they are. We have a real big show tonight. We have a real big show. Making their North American debut, the Beatles. It's been a hard day's night. For the Democrats, let's continue. And let's try to experience a little nirvana in our life. The late, great Kurt Cobain. Let's continue.
Remember about that life? I've told you that I can remember. Now, if something new comes up and it jogs my memory, or we hear a story about a current, you know, happening going on, I'll gladly talk about it. And I do want to bring up this. August 11th, there is a show coming out on the History Channel, because I know a lot of you are asking,
come on, Mike.
Movie Monday, we wanted again. Well, we ran out of movies, but there's some more coming up.
He's the master marketer. He markets, boys. He'll sell you the crumbs off the floor, but let's continue here. Let's see if we get him.
Democratic congressman, I think back in the 1930s to the 1940s, all of us, all of our lives on a daily basis. But Nancy Pelosi, very interesting person, powerful person in Congress.
Devil.
You know, there's something about her. When I watch her,
evil.
You know, there's just something. The moves that she makes, the way she talks. You know, and interestingly enough, her father was alleged to have mob ties.
Nancy,
a prominent Democratic congressman, I think back in the...
Nancy Pelosi's father alleged to have mob ties, and he was a politician. Where do you think she was weaned off of those? In
the 1930s to the 1940s. Then he became mayor of Baltimore from 1947, I think. Or from 1939 to 1947, something like that. Anyway, he was an important Democratic person at that time, and he had ties to the mob. And remember, I told you this. All mobsters were Democrats back then.
Right.
Why? Because they were easier to corrupt. That's the bottom line. Like it, not like it, that's the truth. That's my experience. But interestingly enough, I came across an article. I want to read it for you, and then I'm going to have them post a little YouTube video that I saw as a news clipping about her father, Nancy Pelosi's father. But let me read this to you. It's very interesting. President John F. Kennedy asked the FBI to look into Speaker Pelosi's father for connections to the mob. A document that was quietly released last week confirms this. Now, this was written January 13, 2021. So this document...
What a coinkydink that is, folks. Are the wheels turning? Are the wheels turning? Because then you hear John F. Kennedy, and then you think he got assassinated. And then all of a sudden, fast forward, she gets in office with the most evil dinosaur politician on planet Earth. And then all of a sudden, Trump's getting shot at. You know, are the wheels spinning a little bit there, folks? You know, I mean...
was released on January 6th, and we know what happened on January 6th. On January 6th, the FBI quietly released documents related to Nancy Pelosi's father, Thomas D'Alessandro Jr., was investigated by the FBI in 1961 per request from President John F. Kennedy. And prior to that, the reason Kennedy asked for that is because in 1947, J. Edgar Hoover started an investigation also on D'Alessandro Jr., Pelosi's father. I think Pelosi,
there he is.
She was, I think, 21 at that time. She grew up with her father. She knew her dad, obviously. She knew his business. He was a Democrat. She became a Democrat. And the allegation was that the mob helped him, number one, supported him during his Congress term, and then helped him become mayor of Maryland. You know, swung the vote in his way. And it was alleged that he took bribes for the mob and so on and so forth.
He took more bribes from the mob than you could shake a stick at. Now, you see the evolution in the backdrop of this Nancy Pelosi. She's seen it since she was a little girl. She's seen how strong political government could be. But she went a little too far. This old hag dinosaur been running all that crazy bullshit over and over and over again. And guess what? 2 weeks ago, last week, America told Nancy Pelosi, excuse me, Nancy, how about this? Get the fuck out. All right. Get the fuck out. Get that, and Chuck Schumer, you're next. In New York State, you're next. More Republicans voted. More Republican candidates in New York closed the gap. It used to just be easy. It just used to be very, very easy. Easy elections for New York State politicians. Easy. It's closed up. So Chuck Schumer, you're next. New York State and California, the most corrupted states politically and ties with the mafia. No brainer. Yeah. No brainer. So the gig is up on all that crazy shit, okay?
None of this surprises me, Bill. None of this whatsoever surprises me because we had people in Congress, they were all Democrats that were doing our bidding at that time. So why do I relate this to Nancy Pelosi? I'm not inferring in any way that she has mob connections now. She grew up with her father. She understood. She knew the people that...
Don't insult her like that, Mike. Don't insult the mob like that. She has no mob connect. Don't insult the mob, okay? Not anymore. She's a Lone Ranger dinosaur. That's her. It's done. America had enough. Take that $1 billion from insider stock trading and everything else because you made $10 million in your political career. But how come your net worth is worth $1 billion? How do you turn 10 million into $1 billion? Holy cow. I'd like to know who your stockbroker is. Less than 10 million in her political career. They make 100,000, whatever. So it takes 10 years to make $1 million. So she's been there 8 million years. So 5 decades. Well, okay, do the math. How do you got in a portfolio and bank account? And you know, if they report $1 billion on paper, it's 6 billion in reality. Okay. United Bill 40, how's it going? Glad she's out. Schumer's out. It's a cleansing. It's a cleansing. Donald Trump's a lot smarter this go around when he's picking his cabinet members and the Department of Justice and all those criminals. He was a little naive back then when he was picking his dream team. Now, he picked the dream team. And there ain't going to be any curveballs getting by anybody. Elon Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy, they all got your best interests, okay? And if you don't believe it, well, just how about this? It can't get any worse, you know? So how about that for all the little fag wimps that go, oh, we don't like it. It can't get any worse, Billy and Sally. And they called a special hearing at the senators called a special hearing to get things straightened out. What's going on now? The border, boom, boom, boom. Senator Ted Cruz, he come in and did a special thing in protest of the election thrashing. Not one Democrat senator came to the hearing. 51 no-shows. 0 for 51 no-shows. You're paid to do a job. See how they turn their back? They don't care that there's little girls getting raped on the border. They don't care that there's fentanyl coming through the border. They don't care that there's gang members coming through. They don't care about any of that. When the smoke clears and they lose the election, they all stay home like little bitches and they don't even come to work and do their job to address said borders and the illegal immigration party. You see these evils. You see why I'm talking about they're worse than the mafia? You see? They don't show up. And that little queer fag from California, they were on the floor, the Senate. Well, 2 weeks ago when you had propaganda media, Democrat Senator from California, Garcia, the esteemed Democrat from California, Garcia, he's standing on the floor 2 weeks ago, and they got the propaganda media, and they're rocking and rolling. Donald Trump's evil. Donald Trump's evil. They're rocking and rolling. Now, fast forward after the election, he's standing on the floor, and nobody's got a microphone in his face. Nobody's got a microphone in his face. He's looking over there. There's Republicans with the new Senate and Congress and everything. He's looking at them get interviews now. Propaganda media is done. He's looking over there. So he bum rushes a lady that's got a microphone. Well, they're conducting the Senate committee hearing, blah, 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 like that. He comes over to the lady and says, I'm going to oppose all the appointees. I'm going to oppose all the Donald Trump appointees, and he runs off down the hall like a little bitch. Well, listen, the esteemed senator from California, Garcia, you're irrelevant. They got the majority. So run back. Go back to California. Have a rainbow party. Invite Kamala and her husband. Invite Nancy Pelosi. Invite all the rainbow queer perverts and have a freaking have a gay party over there. Okay, go call Tampon Tim. Get him there. VIP. Call Governor Newscomb, that shitbox governor. And then you all could cry over there, okay? And the senator from California, he's going to oppose all of Donald Trump's cabinet member appointees. You see how they're just little bitches now? They had carte blanche from the beginning of time, reporters in their face, CNN reporters, ABC reporters spewing all that bullshit. All those networks are tanking. They're going downhill. They're going bankrupt. And now they're sitting back and they ain't put microphones in them scum's faces anymore. He got up there and he couldn't take the pressure. He couldn't get an interview. Wow. You gotta love it. I'm going to oppose all the Trump's cabinet appointees. I'm going to, no, take your little rainbow ass, go have a fucking gay party out there in California and holler at your girl Kamala, holler at your boy Tim Walz, holler at the governor Newscomb, holler at Nancy Pelosi, Go there and do whatever you do. You promote all kinds of perverted shit. So go ahead, have a freak off or something. Have a freak off. Get busy over there. Quit crying. Let's continue, folks. Let's continue. They want to censor me. They want to censor me. I'm getting it in until they just pull everything out. That's all. How bad they are. Worse than the mob. Worse. What's up, Ivan?
She knew the people that were around him. She got it, So sometimes you pick up the moves, and your father.
Look what she was bred from,
and so on and so forth. And just look at Nancy's style. She once made a quote. She said, "Anybody that has ever dealt with me knows not to mess with me." That's mob talk. She had another quote about a knife or something. You put the gun down, I take the knife, something like that. Or you put a knife on the table, I'm coming with a gun, something like that. And it's a little bit, okay,
gangster.
Why are you saying things like that? Anyway,
she heard it from gangsters.
She was around her father and heard things like that because of the mob influence. Well, my friends, Michael Franzese here, and I am very excited to introduce to you all on non-alcohol.
Oh, don't start coming with these commercials, Mike. What's up, United Bill 40? I wonder when California governor election is so they can vote and get Newsom out. You want to hear something pertaining to that, Mr. Bill? You want to hear something? California during this election. It's got the counties, boom, boom, boom. It's got different districts and all this, different demographics of districts, bing, 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 bing. Donald Trump performed unbelievably in Kamala Harris's backyard. If that's any indication statistically and analyze, their state is only going to get worse. The citizens are only going to get more pissed off. So every time, every election cycle, they're going to lose somebody. Kamala Harris's backyard. United Bill. There you go. Bring it. Bring it. So this is a red wave. This is a red trend of people that might not even care to be affiliated, Democrat, Republican. Some people are just not political, but they know how their everyday life is. They see what's going on in their country, and then they just go out and say, boom. Oh, here's something else that's beautiful, folks. Oh boy, the aftermath when you do the autopsy and you look at what went wrong and everything else. Maybe I'm a sick individual, okay, but I like a good con game. I love a good con game. Forgive me, God. The polls. Remember those precious polls that everybody was paying attention to? This huge poll. This poll has been right since the beginning of time. This poll has been right since the beginning of time. Kamala's winning. Kamala's winning. Kamala's winning. Let's stay in the fight. Well, what did that do? It made the donations flow even more freely. It made the campaign donations come in. They fooled Hollywood, La La Land. They're fucked. The actors. They fooled the musicians. Beyonce. Beyonce, you're shaking your ass at Kamala's thing. What'd you give? She paid you $1 million, and then you donated $2 million, so you lost out. What about that, Beyonce? You want your money back? George Clooney, you want your money back? Did you get fooled by the polls? They told you it was a close race. The Democrat propaganda machine put phony polls out saying, wow, it looks like Kamala's going to win. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep fighting. Keep donating. Come on, we need the money. We need the money. We need the money. Keep donating. Keep donating. Keep donating. All them Hollywood scrubs, all those musicians, actors and singers and everything, they got conned. Conned. You see how the mafia runs confidence games? Even these politicians, what'd she raise? $1 trillion, $1 billion? They're like, You said the polls. You said you were winning in all the polls. You were up 4%. You're up 6% here. You're up 6. Yeah. What happened? You can't. They were just reeling them in. They're just reeling them in. And since you brung up P. Diddy, Ivan Lore, since you brung up P. Diddy, let's look at this, folks. You get it all here. We'll get back to Mike, but you get the gist of that. Let's think about this. If P. Diddy lives, okay? If P. Diddy lives, let's just establish that, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. If he lives. Now they got 78 flash drives sitting around somewhere of pictures and movies and everything else. And it's getting pretty crazy. It's getting kind of hectic. It's getting kind of hectic. All these politicians and people in powerful places are going, damn, I got fucked up that night. I don't know who I got down with. Shit, there were boys, a little boy. There was girls in bed. Damn, I can't even remember. I woke up and my mind was erased. They put some kind of mind erasing drug in me. Wow, they were having crazy parties over there. But damn, P. Diddy had a camera in my face last time I looked. Wow, holy cow. Is P. Diddy smart enough? Now, they're delaying the proceedings to May of 2025. And there's some new evidence coming forward. So they got to, when they have recovery and all that. So that might back it up a little more. Yeah, it might back it up a little more. So was Diddy smart enough? Well, when you seen the FBI raid Diddy's compound, well, they were looking for the tapes. They were looking for the tapes. He's got a lot of stuff on a lot of people. Maybe Bill Clinton. Wasn't he running around there during some of them freak offs? Well, some high profile people. Oh, it was just power, sex, drugs, women, fags getting boys. Well, it was like freaking Sodom and Gomorrah. When those Luciferians and those Illuminatis party, it ain't regular parties. They're into the devil. They're into sacrifices. They're into all kinds of stuff. Wow. So there's no telling how many people, powerful people, sitting home going, damn, this Diddy. I wonder if he's got me on video when I was doing that crazy shit with that 11-year-old girl. Damn, that Diddy. I wonder if he got that shit on video when I was doing that shit with that 12-year-old boy. Oh, geez. Justin Bieber came out. There's another boy, too. They're keeping it on the down low. There's some other boys out there. But when it comes for the lawsuits, they're going to try to get some of that Diddy money. Yeah. Some other guys, they're going to come out. Yeah, he fucked me in my ass, too. Give me $10 million. Oh, yeah, he sodomized me. I need $6 million. So, yeah, when that comes out, yeah. They'll be like, he fucked me in my ass. Okay, could I get 10 million? Okay, sign here. Yeah. Justin Bieber's going to get some of that money. There's another boy, high-profile boy, that they're not releasing the name. I wonder who that was. Who was rolling around in some of those videos? Another high-profile kid. But Diddy got tapes of them people. Government people, movie star people. He's got the movie star people that were doing some whacked off shit. He's got the music industry people doing whacked out shit, because half of them sold their soul to the devil anyways. But then he's got other people that were politicians and people that were rocking and rolling and What about your girl Hillary? I always thought she went a little, lesbo. What about Hillary, allegedly? What about Oprah, allegedly? Huh? What about Oprah? Ah, they know too much. They know too much, and then I don't think I don't think they're going to get exposed. I don't think it's going to get exposed. You know why? Because this is what will happen legally. This is how it works, folks. There'll be some high-profile names, politicians, senator, congressman, who knows, Bill Clinton, blah blah blah, Hillary, some other freak, freaking homos, lesbians, blah 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 blah. They'll say, "Well, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we can't pursue any of these things in the interest of national security." In the interest of national security, we have to remain low key on this because there's judges, governors, senators, councilmen allegedly doing real crazy shit. Number one, just doing real crazy shit. Number one, and then really crazy shit with little boys and girls. Where'd they get those little boys and girls, Oprah? I don't know. I'm just asking questions. What were you making all those trips to Africa, rounding up all those needy kids and all that? What's going on over here, Oprah? Somebody check her papers. In the interest of national security, we're only going to give P. Diddy 3 years in some country club because if he was smart, now the rooms had cameras everywhere. Diddy was filming from a camera right in their faces, but they were all looped out on drugs. But so they know one way or another, if they were getting down to the get down, they got videoed. They got videoed. So I would imagine that P. Diddy, if he's so sharp and cunning and he's a good chess player, would he think that I'm keeping all this footage? I'm putting this in a vault in case anything happens to me. I'm keeping all these tapes, 78 thumbnails of this, all this information. He's got a treasure trove of porno at the freak offs with these prominent people. So was he smart enough? We'll know. I'm telling you right now, if he gets a lighter sentence, right now they got him going away for life. Right now he's got to do 170 years. You know, the media, P. Diddy, 55 counts of this and that, blah 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 blah. But we will know if he was smart enough to keep videotape evidence on prominent people high up in the government. If he was smart enough, they'll give him a token 3 to 5 years. They'll say, well, lack of evidence. Well, we tried this, blah, blah, blah. They'll jerk you. And then he's going to do 3 to 5. Because you don't know how he protected that material. Was he smart enough, or was he just a megalomaniac that he just thought he could rock and roll? He might be a very sick individual, more than you think, but was he thinking I'm bulletproof? Or was he making tapes after tapes after tapes and copies and copies and copies after copies, and called his lawyer up and said, listen, Mr. Schwartz, Jewish name. Listen, Mr. Schwartz, I got some important materials and stuff. I'd like you to keep it safe. Yeah, just some documents and videos of things and all that. I want you to keep that safe in case something happens to me down the road, in case I get caught up on some charges. Keep these videos, keep these pictures, keep all this stuff safe. Guard it like Fort Knox. So did he do that? He'd have to be stupid when you got kids from sex trafficking up there. Kids that were sex trafficked into there. How were those movie stars walking around seeing little girls and freaking G-strings and boys? And what were those movie stars doing? Nobody said, no. Who's watching this? You know the black actor? He's been in a million things. He's very smart. He's on the right side. What's his name? Denzel Washington. He said, Denzel, they had a movie, they did a movie or something. They were doing a freak off. Or whatever. And allegedly, he walked in and there was a naked, what looked to him as like a young girl, laying down at a table. They had masks on, like some ritual type of thing, and they were eating off her body. He turned around. He said, I got to get out of here. I got to get out of here. There's different rooms that you can go through when you go to these freak out. There's different rooms. You go here and there's a theme in this room. And then you go to this other part of the mansion. This is Hollywood, not just P. Diddy. This is just traditional Hollywood freaking freak parties. And they'd have a different type of ritualistic sexual flavors to all this ritualistic stuff. And they'd have different themes. And then you'd progress and move on to the next theme. And then you'd progress and go on to the next theme. And then when you're done going through seeing everything they offer, you says, well, let me go back to this room when I could screw a freaking 11-year-old girl, So then they show you, they give you a tour. This is what we do over here. This is the theme over here. And, they got the robes on with the thing over their head. And now when we're done, you go back and you rock and roll like you want. And they're videotaping it. Denzel said, I got to get out of here, boy. I got to get out of here. Holy cow. So the trail, when the trail leads up to really high profile, Bill Clinton was the original freak. Bill Clinton. They said Hillary had some freak in her. I'd agree. Michelle Obama, she might have a little freak in her too. Oprah, the queen instigator. Now they're all coming back on her because that black actress that did that highly acclaimed movie. Oh, I can't think of her name. Really highly critically acclaimed movie that Oprah produced for that black actress. And she was overweight. The girl was overweight. The black girl, she was overweight and everything. And it was very dramatic. She claims Oprah didn't pay her. Oprah made $900 billion. Oprah made $900 million on that movie. Then what she do after that? Then what does Oprah do after that? Well, she's getting sued by this girl. She's getting sued. She goes back and tells all the other Hollywood producers and bankers that this actress is hard to work with. So they blackballed her. From Oscar award, Oprah got the money in the bank. And then the girl wanted a raise and Oprah said, get lost. Oprah, Obama, these people are evil. Evil. They should all be in jail, but it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. You know why? Because there's high-level state Supreme Court judges. There's Congress, the Democrats that are left over there. They're not going to pursue it because somebody is going to call that district up, like for P. Diddy. Somebody's going to call that district attorney, the district of the DA attorney, some high level, we won't know. Somebody's going to call, maybe Letitia James or somebody, and say, "Hey, melt it in here. This is in lieu of national security. So go a little easy on those indictments because we don't know what he's got. We don't know. The FBI might have been there too late when they invaded his mansion, his compound. You see on the news, remember the invasion? They were looking for those tapes. They're looking for those tapes. What do you think they were looking for? They got a phone call. The FBI called the SWAT team up, or the higher ups. They called them up and said, "Get over there as fast as possible. Take everything that you can take. Grab everything that you can take out of Diddy's house." Because now they're sitting back saying, damn, the gig is up. Joe Biden, the gig is up. Hillary, the gig is up. Kamala, the gig is up. Oprah, the gig is up. P. Diddy, the gig is up. And they're all squirreling. They're all squirreling. When you get a mixture of them with politicians. Oh, the politicians want to look cool and go to a freak off, that they got everything their own way. Hey, how you doing, P. Diddy? How you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, come out here. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Who was the actor that did Ray Charles? Who was the actor that did Ray Charles? Who was that guy? Somebody help me. Great actor did Ray Charles. He was at them freak offs, right? What the hell's his name? Anybody left in here? Great actor. Now he does the MGM sports commercials, $5 free play and all that. My mind is shot. Well, he knew a lot of people that were there. Then what happened? All of a sudden, what's his name? What's the guy's name? He did Ray Charles, the black actor, great actor, and he's a comedian. He did he got up there and he started talking about the freak offs. He spent $1 million, got the party together, Florida, boom, boom, boom. Yeah. He could sing, but he's not man, is my mind shot. Told you I got a brain injury. No, not Eddie Murphy. Good answer, though. Good answer. Somebody Google Ray Charles actor, okay? Somebody Google Ray Charles actor. So he gets up there. So they're wondering what he did at the was his house. Did his house have cameras and videos and all that and this and that? I wonder who was at that. Then what happened to him? He got some mysterious disease and he ended up in the hospital. He ended up in the hospital, all whacked out. He used to be on In Living Color too. He used to be on In Living Color too. He got up there, and all of a sudden he's in the hospital. He's in the hospital. Some mysterious illness. Jamie Foxx. All of a sudden, what he must have seen, Jamie Foxx, at them freak offs. Dave Chappelle spoke on it too. Dave Chappelle spoke on Oprah. And kind of laid it out and everything. And then all of a sudden, Oprah pulling her strings. All of a sudden, she put this propaganda shit on Dave Chappelle that he was wandering through the streets, just like the other guy, that other black actor. They're wandering through the streets and then make them look bad. When they don't get you fully corrupted, that's what they do. That's what they do. They put a scandal on you and all that. So, yeah, man. These are some evil people, but it will be interesting to see who goes down, you know? Yep. Spending $1 million on extravagant parties. Jeez. But, I try to look at things every which way, Like I say, if Diddy lives, I don't wish any harm on him. But if Diddy lives and they don't find him hanging in his jail cell, geez, what's that remind you of? Who's that remind you of? Epstein? Yeah. Yeah. Ivan knows. Yeah. So then there's some either they try to put a dress on you in Hollywood. They try to put all dresses on good black actors, and if you don't agree to it, then you're done. Just like Cat Williams is talking. Cat Williams, Google Cat Williams. He's breaking it down with Shannon Sharp. They're talking straight biz. Straight biz. Just like Tina Marie. Tina Marie that had that song, Straight Biz, back in the early 80s. I'm talking straight biz to you, baby. I'm not sure anybody in here can reference that, but I'm a little long in the tooth. So when you connect the dots to the government, the music industry, the movie industry, and you get all these megalomaniacs, and they're just riding this wave of just going unchecked, unfettered, nobody calling them out on nothing. It's just all beautiful. Perversion, corruption, crimes, and everything else. And then all of a sudden, it's over. It's over. Bieber, the Obamas, the Kardashians, Kimmel, the network crowd. Let's don't get back to Jimmy Kimmel, okay? Remember Jimmy Kimmel did The Man Show? Jimmy Kimmel did The Man Show. Well, after Donald Trump got elected, Jimmy Kimmel came out to do his monologue. He cried. He cried. The little bitch that Jimmy Kimmel, his ratings stink. All those networks are tanking. All their programmed DEI programs are tanking. All that perverted shit is tanking. He got up there and he went, I don't know what I'm going to do. Seriously, Google it. Jimmy Kimmel cries like a bitch during monologue. Google it. I don't know what. They chopped his balls off too. You got to love it, folks. You got to love it. You got to love it. What am I going to do? Then you got Colbert crying like a bitch. Joe Scarborough crying like a bitch. All those CNN hosts, they're all crying. What are we going to do now? And what do? They're keeping it up. But I think I'm going to make a good prediction that Whoopi Goldberg's days are over. Joy Bear's days are over. Sonny Hostin, those radical, racist pieces of shit, they're gone. I mean, they're never going to catch up. They got a bad rap now. They better revamp CNN and put some real news up there with some real hosts. You see how their hosts all look demonic? Joy Reid, Jake Tapper, Anderson Cooper. They're all. Well, guess what? They're gonna renegotiate all your salaries. Anderson Cooper, $40 million a year. Yeah, Joy Reid. Well, those days are over. Clean house. Put some young, good-looking journalists in there and try to report some news, okay? Because it's over. It's just how much do these billionaires want to throw at these bankrupted programs? And I think the globalists, Illuminatis, billionaires know that they should see that that's not working. So, that's why they might try to resurrect The View if they want to throw some money. They should have some wiggle room because you see what they're paying all them scumbags on that panel, all those big contracts. Well, guess what? They're operating There's nobody watching. So when people, like, you know how they make their money, the networks sell advertisements, commercials. You watch commercials during the view and everything else. But you could only charge your advertisers high premiums when the shows are at high ratings. So when ABC is selling ad space for the view, that ad space ain't worth shit. So you're retrieving revenue for the ad space. It ain't enough to pay all these scumbags their salaries. So they're operating in a deficit. They're not solvent. Not to mention the payroll at CNN. You got the views, you got the View that bankrupted ABC and all their other bullshit programming. And then you got CNN News that bankrupted their channel, their network. Will they learn anything, or will they just continue to do all that crazy shit? All that crazy shit, you know? They're done. The freak show is over. Watch the Fox. I'm very picky and skeptical about what I watch and what somebody spoon feeds me and this and that. But look at their hosts. And congratulations to Pete Hegseth, who has just got a position in the Trump cabinet from Fox. A veteran. Okay? So look at their hosts from the morning to midnight. The women, they're beautiful, good looking, and they're smart as hell. They're beautiful and bright. They look positive energy. They're spewing facts. These beautiful women, man. I mean, you know, it is what it is, but holy cow. And they're bringing it down. Facts. Turn over to CNN. Oh my gosh. Joe Scarborough and that wife hag of his, they look like demons. Joy Reid looks on dude. Oh, I'm gonna Joy Reid. This is how fucked up their heads are. She went on. She got she joined X, Elon Musk X. I'm gonna take my thing off of X. She told the viewers, I'm gonna take my thing off of X. Elon Musk said she took it off. She put it right back on. Holler at your boy Elon Musk. So if you want to know the real thing, yeah, go ahead, Joy. You got more followers on there that you got viewers on CNN. So you're gonna get rid of your account. You're gonna get rid of your X account. Okay. She did the mock, I'm deleting my channel, and then it was back on. Elon Musk said, if you want to go, go. But this is a free forum, so freedom of speech, so anybody can say what they want, the way it should be. Nobody gives a rat's ass, Joy Reid, about what you say, what you do, what social media accounts you have. Nobody cares. They're all through. They're all done. They're preaching to their choir. It's just a question of how much money do the networks want to throw away on these bums? Because America just proved that the propaganda media is done. Donald Trump had 99% negative ads. And he had 1/100th of the budget to run ads. They had the ability to run all Trump bashing ads around the clock. Trump's no good. Trump's no good. Trump's no good. Around the clock. They tried every tool in the book to get Donald Trump out. But people were getting their information from social media, getting straight facts. They weren't paying attention to ABC and CNN and all those communist propaganda media networks. So they know they're fucked. They just became irrelevant. Systematically, they've been rating, Bugs Bunny and the Three Stooges outbeats them on Saturday morning too. They can't compete with the Three Stooges or the Bugs Bunny show. So how do they expect to keep paying these crazy hosts all this money? Clean them all out. If they were smart, clean them all out. Make your news a little more to the middle, Leave it at that. If you have a prayer to make a comeback, if you even have a prayer. So they get it in their mind. They get this power trip in their mind when they have carte blanche to just spew shit nonstop, spew shit around the clock. They get so pompous and egotistical in their head that they can't even see common sense or logic. When the gig is up, they can't even see common sense and logic. Wow. Well, there you have it, folks. We're going to cut it short. Thanks, Deb. Thanks, Ivan Lore. Thank you, Joel Gold. You get the message. I'm going to forget about the Mike Franzese. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. Hit the like button. Do whatever you can do. There's a Cash App in there. Oh, there's a Cash App in there. Throw a bologna sandwich down my throat. Don't let the suit jacket fool you. You should see it's the same suit jacket. You know, it ain't like I'm rocking and rolling. I'm wearing gym shorts under here. So don't be fooled. I look like $1 million, but geez. Oh, wow. So there you have it. Hit the like button. Go on. News is news and everything. But when you go off into the real world, hold your head up. Try to enjoy your life. Don't try to gloat so much that the Trump victory, but I'm piling on. I lost 2 channels because of that, because I got censored by those bums. So I'm piling on. Till they just kicked me completely off, So that's that. All right, folks. And we'll leave it at that. And hey, Shna. All right, folks. We'll get back to you. Tomorrow we're gonna do more with the Mike Franzese thing. And we'll rock and roll. I'll catch you then. Thanks for your time.